Welcome back to Popcorn and Pals, the podcast where we talk about all sorts of movies, good and bad, and we give you our completely unqualified takes on them. He's Zach, and I'm Justin, and today we're talking about the 1993 Western epic that'll make you want to be somebody's Huckleberry. It's Tombstone. Zachary, how are we doing?
Man, I'm good. How are you doing?
Barely surviving, but we're okay. I feel like it's been a minute. How are things? What have y'all been up to?
Man, I haven't told you yet. So we bought a new house.
You did?
Very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So Carly and I have been searching for like 2 years to get into a good school district for my son who's starting kindergarten in like 2 months.
Hmm.
And so we've been searching forever. I feel like we just like never found the right house, never could commit to a neighborhood and nothing. So we've been looking for like 2 years and nothing will make you commit. Like, all right, well, we got 2 months left. Now we we gotta make a move.
Yeah.
So we ended up in a little further south than you guys, but yeah, so it's good. We're gonna build. So actually we're not gonna get there in time.
Okay.
But
So what do
it's
you,
in
are
a new,
you,
it's in like a kind of an existing neighborhood that's doing like a new phase.
okay.
Yeah, so it should be good. We'll see.
Yeah. You'll have
Uh,
to, are you going to stay in your current house until everything gets done? Is that the plan?
Yeah, it is. So we got the joy. So we're trying to get into the school he's going to be at. So even though we're further away and not technically in the district,
Hmm.
for it, we're going to try to get him like early admittant, like since we're building and
Yeah.
it'll be ready next semester. So
Yeah.
this is the bullshit. So because we're out of like the school's district,
Hmm.
we have to pay them for him to go there, which is fine. That part, okay, I get it. We're not in the zone or whatever, but we're gonna move there. So they're like, okay, well, if you move by the time before the semester ends, we'll give you your money back. So we have to move before December 18th. Our house is done November 30th. So we have like a 2-week like delay period,
No.
grace period.
Just
Where we could like
kiss
I was
that
like-
money goodbye, buddy. It's gone.
I was talking
You know?
to the agent and I was like, look, I don't care who the project manager is. It's got to be the best project manager. I'm not going to be out this money. Get him in there. Get it started.
Yeah.
I was like, if you need us to make decisions earlier, we'll make decisions. Go, 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 go.
Dude, it's wild. I mean, when my wife was a teacher in that school zone or school district, school zone,
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
yeah, even like the discount that teachers would get to bring their kids that were in other counties was astronomical. I can't imagine what you're paying full price. But just go ahead and budget it out, man. You're not getting it. There's
I
no
know.
way that house is going to be done.
I was telling my dad that too, and he's like, well, they're not getting that money back. I
No.
was like, we
No
got
way.
2 weeks. Maybe we'll make it.
That's exciting though. Are you guys going to be, because I know you were looking in like Franklin. Are you going to be closer to us or are you in the
yeah.
Franklin area?
Well, nothing podcasts better than local references, but
Sure.
just for us, we're actually going to be in Thompson Station, so a little even
Oh,
further
yeah.
south.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're really not getting much closer to you guys, which is kind of annoying. We looked in your area for so long, we just could not like find something.
Mm-hmm.
There was some stuff in our prices, but we just did not want an old house. We've had a house from the 30s. We've had
Yeah.
a house from the 60s. We've remodeled both of them. And I'm like, I'm so tired of doing house projects.
Man.
So
And
we
what
wanted something newer just so we didn't have to.
you're going to have, what do they say with new houses? You get like a decade of like no problems. It's
Exactly.
just clean. Like, no appliance issues, no house issues. Like
No
you
roof
just
issues. Everything's going to
just
be brand
enjoy it.
new. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, good for y'all. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So
We'll have
we
we'll
might
have
be a
a
little closer, but not much closer to you guys.
We'll have a funeral for enrollment fee that you won't be getting back.
Definitely.
For your
Definitely
birthday,
not.
I'll give you like $100 for your birthday to help contribute to the fund.
You know what? That's just like, that'll cover like the, transfer fee or the wire fee for, I swear, it's like everything's so expensive now.
That'll cover the parent-teacher packet that you have to
Yeah,
pay for.
right, yeah.
Oh,
funny.
well, good. Good for
Yeah.
y'all. I mean, I know it's probably been just hectic and stressful, but it'll be that'll be
It's all
really,
good.
really good for y'all to get in the
This is
nut
like good
system.
problems to have, right? Like this
Mhm,
doesn't stress me out. You
mhm,
know, there's a lot worse things going on in the world and so getting a new house and getting my kid into the right school district, that's not a problem. That's a good
yeah,
thing. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
gotta do it for the kid though, right?
That's what it's all about,
Yep.
these damn
Anything
kids.
exciting happening with you guys right now?
We're doing a laundry reno, so that's
Okay.
fun. Yeah, Hannah got a contract with Lowe's, so we
Yeah,
are
for
getting
everyone who doesn't know, all 25 of our listeners, Hannah's
mm,
much more famous and, and a much better online content creator than we are.
yeah, but she got a contract with Lowe's, so we are getting, new washer and dryer and new like cabinetry and all the things for
If you
our
want to keep
laundry
those
room.
washers and dryers for like 6 more months until we get our house built, we might need some. So
You can hey, you're welcome to them. They are we were trying to look for kinda alright, so this is a just total off topic rabbit
we'll
hole, but
negotiate offline for prices.
so I mean, you could probably have them. I mean, I don't think you want them. Have you ever seen them? Our
No, I'm
units?
just I'm just
Yeah.
messing with you.
They are okay, before I met Hannah, before I met my wife in, what, 2016, I think it was, 10 years ago, I bought an old washer and dryer from some grandma. Because I was like, she's selling them. I'm gonna need a washer and dryer one day. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they're from the '80s. What one one of them is like cream yellow, and it
Oh yeah.
has the wood panel on like the where you turn the knobs. But we can't find any date markings on either of them. But I tell you this, we have used those units religiously for the past decade. We have not touched them for anything
Yeah,
to do any kind of
bomb proof,
maintenance.
man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you could drop these things off the roof and they would still run
I've
great.
gone through like 2 dryers in that period.
Yeah. I mean, these
Yeah.
things are solid. We've never had an issue. So, kinda bittersweet to say goodbye to them, but they look
Mhm.
like hell. I mean, they're so ugly. I wish you could see a picture of our laundry room. It just looks like something that, I don't know, exists like 30 years ago or something, but
I know,
anyway,
we'll have to get Hannah on the podcast because just, like, putting her, like, Twitter or her Twitter this is how, like,
you are what planet are you
this is, like,
on?
how
Twitter?
unsocial media savvy I am, but we'll put her Instagram handle, like, in our show title, and, like, we'll get, like, 60 more views or something. We're talking, like, tens of more views, okay? Because no one's
Yeah.
listening to our podcast regardless, so
It's all for fun.
yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
so that's what we've been up to. We've been scrambling because we have a family reunion for Hannah's family in
Mm,
Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee next weekend. So
okay.
we got to try to get this room done and all the things. So it's a mad dash to the finish line.
There you go. There you
But
go.
other than that, watching Tombstone.
Yeah.
Mhm,
It was a special one. I wanted to watch Wyatt Earp at the same time, like,
mhm.
go like, watch it because it comes out, like, 6 months after this. It's like one of those, like I don't know if parallel thought or, like, someone was, like, shopping the Wyatt Earp movie around and someone's like, "Well, that's a good idea, but I don't wanna pay him for it, so we're gonna write our own Wyatt Earp movie," kinda thing, you know? It was like that
Oh,
Armageddon Deep Impact thing too.
this is gonna sound terrible, and I apologize to anybody listening that's a diehard Tombstone fan because I know Tombstone is cult classic. People love it.
Mhm.
I actually thought Kevin Costner was in Tombstone. I thought it was Kevin Costner and Val Kilmer. I didn't realize that Kurt Russell was in Tombstone. So imagine my surprise when Kurt Russell gets off the train. I was like, "Who's this? What is? Where's Kevin Costner?"
I thought the same thing, except I'm like, "Oh, isn't Dennis Quaid in this one?" Nope, wrong one again. But, it's like, hey, they came out at the same time, so
Yeah.
but anyways, you wanna jump into it? I feel like
Yeah.
we've gabbed enough about things nobody's gonna care about. Me moving across town,
Houses and laundry.
the age of your laundry machines.
Yeah.
Alright, you wanna get into my synopsis real quick?
Yes, let's hear it.
Alright, here we go. 3 brothers and their mustaches move to the Wild West. In an effort to bring law and order to this lawless town, they embark on an endless murder spree.
That's yeah, it's spot on. I love the mustache line too.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
I was like,
read
I gotta
that?
put them. I have like so many mustache facts for this. I was like, I gotta get into these mustaches because it's intense.
I was blown away to learn that all of the facial hair, except for one person, I can't remember who it was,
It
all of the
was
facial hair was real.
the sheriff, the, like not the sheriff, but the local law guy who's like
Mm,
the weasel kinda guy.
yeah.
He's the only one who has a fake one. No, that's the first thing I wrote down. I'm like, "Is Kurt Russell's mustache real?" Because holy shit.
It's I was blown away 'cause all the facial hair looks great,
Yeah.
and yeah, I
I mean, I knew that, like, Sam Elliott can grow a mustache. She's, like, famous
mhm,
for his mustache, but
yeah.
everyone was crushing it.
The mustache movie.
I have it, and I'll skip right to my one of my age the best, but, like, hey, Gen Z's bringing it back. Mustaches are
Yeah.
back, baby. This movie's coming full circle, you know?
It makes me wanna try to grow a mustache. Maybe I don't know about just, like, the mustache clean shaven, but maybe the mustache and the stubble. That
Yeah,
feels
yeah. I've done it a few times. Carly, she's into it a little bit sometimes, you know? She's like, "Alright."
I would not have taken Carly for a mustache girl, but good for her and good for you.
Yeah. Oh, man, no, yeah, it's a look, you know? I do not feel like most people pull it off. Even still, even though it's a popular thing to do right now, I feel like you gotta have, like there has to be, like, a manliness to you, and it's not
Mhm.
little we always bring him up, it's not little Timothy Chalamet, hitting ping pong balls, okay?
The the medieval shoe. Oh,
Alright, you wanna get into the podcast structure real quick?
yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna do a quick chat about the movie, we'll go over we'll compare our notes, go over some superlatives, and then finally, we'll rate whether or not we think this cult classic should be a true hard classic, and then, from a real plot synopsis perspective, this movie, like, is pretty expansive, I
Mm.
felt,
Yeah.
it's like, it covers a lot of territory, and I have really no sense of timeline. This
No.
movie's either, like, 6 weeks long or, like, 4 years long.
Yeah. I couldn't tell
Right.
you how long it was, and they don't give you any timestamps throughout.
No, not at all. You have, like, no one has kids, so there's no, like, aging or anything.
Mm.
Like, it is that was, like, one thing I noticed, like, it's interesting, like, nobody has children. Of the
Yeah.
3 brothers and their wives who all look exactly the same, no one has children. So it's like,
Mhm.
but anyways, so the movie follows 3 brothers, the Earp brothers, led by Kurt Russell's Wyatt Earp, an American, folk hero, I guess, I don't know, lawmen of the West kinda thing, and, they moved to a new town called Tombstone in Arizona, and there's kind of like a local band of outlaws, ruffians called the Cowboys,
Mm.
led by, old old Michael Biehn himself, and I don't know who the actor who plays Curly Bill, but it
Mm.
was good to see Michael Biehn. He's, like, not in enough stuff, it was good to see him. Oh, he's, are you a fan of Michael Biehn at all?
I don't even know who that is.
That
Is
is,
that Ringo?
no, yeah, that's Ringo.
Okay.
So he is the guy who's he's like, shit, Terminator. He's
Oh, yeah,
John
yeah, yeah.
Connor, not John Connor,
Yeah.
god,
It's
idiot,
his dad.
his dad, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
dad. Anyways, but yeah, so that's who he is. He's also in, there's a movie called The Rock with, um it's got Sean Connery and Nicolas
Mm.
Cage.
About
It's
the
like
prison.
it's
It's
like from the
Alcatraz,
90s.
right?
Sorry? Yeah, it's
Is it?
Alcatraz, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's kinda like a Michael Bay directed it, and it's kinda like it's like a 007, like, in the future if Michael Bay directed one, so he's like Sean Connery is like a old British spy who's been, like, in an American prison for
Mm.
espionage for, like, 30 years, and he gets out, and he's basically just James Bond,
Mhm.
except 30-year-old and grumpier. So, 30
Hmm.
years older and grumpier, but, it's a good movie. But
Yeah.
he's one of the guys in that movie too, so
Ah.
he's also in, Alien, I think the second one with Bill Paxton as well,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
lots of, crossover between, the Michael Beaniverse. So,
Mm. Mhm.
but anyways, yeah, so there's a group of ruffians in the town, and at first, Wyatt Earp and his brothers are there just to kind of westward expansion, go out there, make your money, find gold, find silver, open up a saloon, kind of the free man of the West kind of thing, right? And they have
Mm.
no interest in being lawmen, but historically they've been lawmen, and he's famous for it, right? Wyatt Earp's famous for it. And so everyone's always asking him, "Come on, be a lawman, lawman. This town is out of control." And really, like, through the forces of nature, his brothers, like, they kind of force themselves into the law just because it's like just what they're meant to do kind of thing, right? It's like they can't get away from it. He can't get away from it. So they become, I guess, like the sheriff of the town. And in that pursuit, they have a famous showdown at the OK Corral, where he takes on some of the cowboys and kills them in a big shootout, several of them in a big shootout, which kind of leads to this like tit for tat revenge plot narrative, right? Where the cowboys are always trying to, get the revenge on the Earp brothers. Earp
Yeah.
brothers keep, being successfully taking some of them out and arresting them and trying to create law in this lawless city of Tombstone. Um, and then finally, there's kinda like a moment where the Cowboys get, like, overly aggressive, I would say, and they kill one of the brothers and shoot the other one. So, they kill Morgan, which is played by Bill Paxton, and, shoot Virgil, which is played by Sam Elliott.
Mm.
Um, and so at that point, like, the 2 brothers go off, and Wyatt Earp and his friend, Doc Holliday, who's kind of a sickly guy suffering from tuberculosis, just become U.S. Marshals and just go ham. And
Yeah.
and that's the murder spree I referred to, right? Just go
Yeah.
ham and start murdering, I
So
guess, like, in a lawless land, the law of, it's like, you can't put up with these people anymore, so they just gotta go. And so they go and they kill almost all the cowboys, right?
mhm.
So
Frontier justice.
yeah, frontier justice, exactly. Yeah, so it's kinda like based on a true story, right? So,
Mhm.
um, I'd be curious, in your research, did you do how true the narrative was? The OK
Yeah.
Corral shootout is, like, famous, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I actually, like, I've watched documentaries on the OK Corral
Mhm.
shootout. I really enjoy history of all type, but, um, Western history especially, because it's a fascinating time period. I think that's why we get enamored with Westerns, and I think that's why Hollywood got enamored with Westerns for so long,
Mhm.
is because it's so it's that frontier justice, it's the Wild West, the lawlessness, how our ancestors moved into this
Yeah.
land and just everybody had guns and they just did what they wanted, like, that's the fever pitch dream, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I think, like, in terms of this movie, because I think objectively, it's a little bit of a mess. It's all over the place, right? Even if you love it, I think you have to be, honest and say that there are just some things that, I don't know, it's everywhere. But I think it's like the writer, and I can't remember the dude's name because he was the original director and he backed out, but
Yeah, I have it written down here. It is Kevin Jari?
there you go. I think probably when he wrote it, it's almost like he was battling himself to try to have some level of historical accuracy, especially on the big moments. But narratively in this movie, it's all over the place. Like we'll get to specific examples, but like for the sake of this discussion right now, Morgan's death. Like in the movie, Morgan leaves at a time that is just like his whole entire family is at risk of being killed, and Morgan leaves to go play pool. It makes no sense in the movie, in my opinion, but I think in real life, Morgan was shot while he was playing pool, so it's like the writer, like, wanted to keep that
Mhm.
detail intact, like, "Oh, he was killed while he was playing pool," but, like, in the movie, it doesn't really work. It doesn't make sense, but
Yeah, the writing is kind of a mess. The
yeah.
dialogue is a little cheesy.
Mm,
Right. It's the pacing is interesting,
yeah.
to be kind, right? Like, there's a lot of things I think that don't work in the movie. I think so. Let's pivot back. All right, let's talk westerns because you were saying how you're a big western fan, or at least you love the West history.
Mhm,
And like, I do agree with you, right? There's like a romanticness. There's like two factors in the West. There's like the romantic West. It's like freedom, westward expansion, like the only thing is that you can rely on is yourself and your horse kind of stuff, right? Like
Mhm.
there's, like, the romantic West, and then there's, like, the true grit hard West where it's like a man can be a man. Like, I see the appeal of the Western. For me, like, I've never been, like, a Western guy. Like, I've never
Yeah.
really liked Western movies. I've seen some good ones.
Yeah.
Never seeked them out. I've never seen, like, Sacrilege to a Classics podcast, never seen a John Wayne movie, so we gotta get a John Wayne on our list.
Mhm.
Like, I just do not seek them out because I kinda find them I don't know, there's, something about them that just is not it's not for me, you know?
It doesn't tickle your fancy.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
it's
we
not
we
your
picked this movie, right, because you told me it was your dad's favorite movie.
Yeah. Like, my dad thinks this is the best movie ever made, and this is a man who his knowledge of movies is almost exclusively limited to Westerns. Um, so,
Which, I mean, like
like
and that's a big genre, you know?
it is, yeah,
There's some
like,
great
he
ones.
yeah, absolutely, and I mean, also, like, a sign of the times, right? Like, when he grew
Yeah.
up, I think that's when Westerns were really, really popular and really big.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I have never this was the first time I've ever seen it. I've grown up with my dad talking about this movie. And I've seen bits and pieces. Like years ago, I remember watching shameless plug for there is a documentary about Val Kilmer on
Mm.
Amazon Prime. If you haven't seen it, it's really interesting, phenomenal. It dives into just his whole life and his background, all the things. But they spend a significant amount of time talking about his role in Tombstone because I think he is the best part of this movie,
Yeah, he
and,
stands out. We'll get
I
to best
mean,
characters, but yeah, he stands out.
he's phenomenal, right? And so, like, I think I've seen bits and pieces of this movie through other from YouTube, from that Val Kilmer documentary, but this was the first time I'd ever seen it, and when we first started talking about making this podcast, we joked about, like, "Oh, let's do Tombstone," and somehow here we are actually reviewing. Ugh. And no harm, no foul, no shade to anybody that really enjoys this movie because there's a lot of things to enjoy. There are certain elements about it that I thought were really entertaining. But yeah, it's it's just kind of a jumble, I think, from start to finish, which in the background of the movie, we're talking about like the original writer and director, he backed out. And then I don't know if you read the Wikipedia page, but they brought in another director, but then there were claims that like Kurt Russell said he was actually the director. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it was
No,
all
yeah,
over the place.
yeah, and the director I wasn't super familiar with, and he had a few things, but I was like, "Okay, nothing." I was like, Rambo: First Blood Part 2." I'm like, "Whatever, okay." Yeah. I'm like, "That tracks," you know?
Yeah.
Cobra, I'm like, "Now that tracks, okay." Yeah. What was interesting, so Kevin Gerari, he's like the writer, right? And he
Mhm.
wrote, which I'm like, "This is the movie we should have reviewed," was Brendan Fraser's Mummy. He's
Oh,
the writer on that.
yeah.
I was like, "That's what we should have reviewed."
Yeah. The
I
Mummy
love
is
that movie.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Incredible movie. The pacing is great in that movie. The dialogue is
Yeah.
snappy in that movie. And they were saying in this movie, I guess, like, the script was just huge, like,
Mhm.
really expansive, and I think, it's easy I could see how it would become easy to write, like, an epic,
Mhm.
which especially with this character in the grandeur of the West, Arizona, and all that stuff, and you see it in, like, the Kevin Costner version or other Kevin Costner Westerns, or, I think that Western genre just lends itself to this kind of epic storytelling grandeur.
Yeah.
And when he gets fired, the director comes on, he's kind of butting heads with the crew. Kurt Russell's in there trying to claim to be a director, possibly was, kind of thing. They're cutting the script up. And I'm like, you can really feel they're like, we need to cut the script down. Instead
Mhm.
of losing scenes, we're just going to make the dialogue more efficient. Damn it being convincing,
Yeah.
right? Or damn it being, character motivations. It's just like, let's just cut
Mm.
the script up as much as possible, get it as efficient as possible. Where even though I wasn't a huge fan of LA Confidential, but when I was reading this, it just was reminding me of, like, kind of the stories behind that movie where it was this huge, sprawling noir epic, and they cut it, but how they cut it was different. This movie feels like it was cut, and they couldn't lose a scene. To your point,
Mhm.
right, about, like, the pool table scene where he's gotta get shot at the pool table. Damn it if it's, like, 4 in the morning in the West, right? You know?
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's gonna get shot at the pool table because that's what happened.
Mhm.
Whereas, like, in LA Confidential, they were like, cut this character out, lean it up, focus on these 3 characters." Like, how you lean it up is about the narrative of these 3 characters. If it doesn't support that narrative, it goes away. We don't have it's like they felt like they needed to keep everything with at least that's how I feel watching is like I felt like I had to keep everything and it's kind of sacrifices the characters. I wrote like in the second half of this movie when he gets his second crew with like I think it's like isn't it Michael Rourke on it or
Yeah, like,
Michael Rooker or Rooker?
yeah, it was, I mean, I know him from Walking Dead, but I know he's a bigger actor.
Yeah, he's
He's Dale's brother. Yeah, yeah, he's in, Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he yeah, he's Dale's brother because his hand cut off too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But, I mean, like, when he gets in it, like, that whole crew, I don't know any of
and
their names,
yeah,
don't know any of them. We spend, like, a
mm-mm,
third of the movie with his new crew, no
mhm,
personality given to any of them other than, like, they walked up on the day that his brother got murdered and be like, "I heard what they did. I'm on your team now," and that's, like, character development, right? It's like,
yeah,
they gotta
no,
be there because he's got a new crew. Like, you
yeah,
just couldn't keep your brother and maybe add a dude, right? Or, like, whatever, like, it doesn't have to
mhm.
be historically accurate to make this just the story leaner and smoother and more efficient.
Yeah. No, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's exactly what it feels like. It felt like disorganized chaos at the worst parts of this movie. But yeah, there's definitely I jotted down a bunch of examples that kind of fall into that category
Mhm,
of it just felt like things were rushed or they didn't want to cut things out. And so but it's a shame because I think, like, my overall take of this movie was the first half of it, like, it definitely had goofy moments. There's really bad writing, cheesiness, all the things, but I really enjoyed the first half of this movie. It was just kind of fun. It was a fun world to get lost in,
mhm.
but the second half, it just, like, fell apart, completely fell apart. And
See, like,
it's
I was, like, the opposite of you. I was like, "Okay," the beginning to me was, like, kinda slow, and they're just running through exposition, and they're trying to establish everything, and then I
Mhm.
think when it gets to the OK Corral between the OK Corral and Morgan's death, I was like, "Well, there's some tension in this movie at this point," and
Yeah.
it's like, I was a little more gripped by the narrative, and then,
Mm.
yeah, once Morgan dies and he goes all, like,
It it goes off the rails
US
after
Marshal,
Morgan. Yeah,
just it's just a montage of murdering people.
yeah.
I wrote down, like, are the cowboy like, I feel like they keep adding more cowboys to the group
Mhm.
as the movie goes along further because he's killing them. I feel like it started out with, like, a posse of, like, 30 people, and it ended with, like, 150 people dead.
Oh,
So,
yeah. There were a ton, yeah. Yeah, it's
I was like, "Isn't he killing them all?" Like, I feel like they're getting more and more. Why are people joining this group?
I would yeah, I would like to know what the final tally is because he carries out I mean, it's straight executions in a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
he's, like, walking some guy's, like,
examples.
high in a opium den, he just gets in there, puts the barrel in his m mouth, shoots him straight in the head. For all
Front
he
dude.
knows, this is all this guy does is just kinda, like, mess around in the background with these guys, you know?
Exactly.
What crime has he committed that you know of, you know?
Mm, yeah.
Other than affiliation with the Cowboys, right? But, alright, you wanna get into our categories, or do you have any more thoughts before we get started?
No, no, let's kick it off.
All right. So our categories are, or our superlatives are, best scene, best character, or weakest link in the film, depending how we want to look at it. Age the best, age the worst. The WTF are they talking about, or what are they talking about? What would be a good sequel, or what would happen the next day, kind of thing.
Mm.
And then, which is interesting, right? Because he's like a real person, but and we get the fun narration at the end.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, can't wait to
Wyatt
talk
Earp
about
walked
that.
into the sunset and kissed himself a new girl and ventured the rest of his life,
Ugh.
lived to the ripe old age of 1 million or whatever they said. I don't remember, but like, anyways. And then we'll get into hot takes and nitpicks. So
Mm.
let's start off with best scene. Anyone that you want to nominate first?
I think I've really got well, okay. I'm gonna lump them all. I have one real true nomination and then like a lump because I like any scene that Doc Holliday is in with
Yeah,
Val.
he's great.
I mean, he steals every scene that he's in, so it's hard to narrow it down. From the first intro into Doc to his first meeting with Ringo when they're at the Oriental and they're kind of, going back and forth and all the things. Like all of Doc's scenes are really good. I think my favorite scene uh was the standoff between Wyatt and it's Wyatt and Doc and then the Cowboys after Curly Bill kills the sheriff. He gets I think he's high. I don't even he might be high and drunk, but he goes on a shooting spree and he kills the sheriff. But at that point you have the Cowboys and the Earps are kind of like they cross paths. The Cowboys are kind of douchebags, but they're just rowdy, right? And there's a little bit of friction, but this scene is where it all comes to a head. And Wyatt jumps in. He knows that he can't let Curly Bill go after killing the sheriff. And
Mhm.
so but I mean this whole standoff, I was on the edge of my seat because like you said, this is kinda leading up to the OK Corral. This is the incident that kinda escalates it to get to that
Mhm.
point.
Yeah, if
Um,
anything, this is the starting point of the
yeah,
conflict in the movie.
but I think it's when he has Ike, fucking Ike, man. But Wyatt
Throughout his
Wyatt
whole thing,
has
man, Ike gets through it all.
yes, he does, because they let him go, like, 3 times, like, "What are you doing?" But Wyatt
He'll
tells
kill the poor opium guy in the den,
yeah,
straight gun to the head,
but he
and
will not kill Ike,
he
like,
will
for
Ike's like, "Oh, I give up," and he's like,
yeah.
"Alright, well, I can't kill him now, he gave up."
He's got Ike at gunpoint, and he tells Wyatt, "Keep your tell your guys don't rush me, or I wrote this down. He said he will turn his head into a canoe
Yeah.
if his boys rush him. I don't know, but Ike sees that he's not bluffing, and then Doc comes out. Doc makes a fun one-liner because he's
Mhm.
drunk and all the things, but that whole scene was really tense and it was really perfect. And at that moment, like I hated the Cowboys. I wanted them to get into a shootout right there because it was like
Mhm.
the feeling was perfect. But
I also
um,
don't know if Wyatt knows what a canoe is, because yeah, you're gonna blast a hole in his face, but it's also gonna go out the back of his head, and holes in canoes don't really work, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that we should
it is a good line, though.
we
I
should
almost wonder if
probably
it was, like, true.
yeah, we should put that under WTF are they talking about? Because there's a lot of lines. I was like, what does this mean? But yeah, that's my nomination for best scene.
Yeah, I had like, yeah, one of mine was, like, yeah, like, when Doc and, Wyatt meet out in, for the first time when they get to Tombstone,
Mm.
or, like, again, it's like or when Doc and Wyatt are in, playing cards at the bar and there's a lot of tension, or when Doc is, it's like
It's all Doc. Yeah.
you didn't have the play scene on there when they go watch the play, and
Oh, yeah.
and
No,
old
there
Billy Zane, a young, fresh-faced Billy Zane shows up.
when he jumped out of that carriage with that has to be a wig, right? Do you think that was his real hair?
I don't know,
It
because he's what, 4 years from Titanic, and in Titanic, he's
Mhm.
wearing a wig.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think he's just wigging it up his whole career.
I think he was
Yeah.
because that hair was too perfect when he hopped out. Between there I tell you one thing, there was a lot of, like, big name actors that I'd never knew that they were in this movie.
Oh, no, the
Like
cast is stacked. Especially, I will say this on the male side. I
mm.
feel like I didn't know any of the female actresses.
Yeah, same. I
Yeah.
didn't even, Josie. I had no idea who Josie was.
So, fun fact, is because what's her name?
Dana
Just
Delaney?
yeah. But I think in my research, she is married to the writer, I believe,
Mm.
to the jar guy. Let me double check that right here. Through the magic of editing, this will be much faster. So it says in the early 90s, he dated actress Lisa Zane. Nope, nope. This is just me misreading things. There you go.
Mm.
So he dated actress Lisa Zane, who he had wrote the part for Josephine for in
Mhm.
Tombstone. But then she didn't get the part. She is related to Billy Zane, which is fun.
Gotcha.
But this was a waste of time. And so
Through
apologize.
through the magic of editing, we'll cut it out. Or just
So
leave it in. Everybody can go on this journey with us.
I was like, either Wikipedia is wrong or my memory is wrong, and it turns out I am wrong. So that's that seems par for the course. So
So outside of all of Doc's scenes, did you have a specific favorite Doc scene or other scene?
Alright, I'm gonna throw some out there just as, like, contenders, okay?
Mhm,
So, what about, like, when Curly Bill dies
mm.
and, Wyatt stands up in the river and he's like, "No, no." Like,
The
that scene do
slow-mo.
anything for you? I think it's
I
supposed
have
to be, like, an epic moment in the movie where he's, like, divine I think, like, because in the myth around him is, like, that he was, like, divinely protected, like, you couldn't even shoot him even though
yeah,
he was in all these shootouts.
mhm. That's
I think
in that's, like, actually, according to historical record, like, bullets couldn't touch him.
mhm.
His duster had, like, 5 or 6 bullet holes or something in it from where, like, the bullets didn't hit him, but they went through his clothes.
Yeah, so I guess it's supposed to be this epic moment in the film, right?
Yeah.
So contender or not?
No.
I thought it was so silly.
It is terrible. You're poaching some of my age the worst, territory here.
So how about the Ringo this is a Doc one, but how about the Ringo Doc showdown?
That was just weird.
Like, when they're
It
walking around each other, like
yeah.
and they're, like, literally walking they're so close together. For a
Yeah, they are.
shootout, they're, like it's, like, literally the same problem I had with my son when him and I are trying to play catch. I'm like, "Dude, back up. You are 2 feet from me. You are too close. Like, you're gonna throw as hard as you can. I can't it's gonna go wild and hit me." It's
That
like, "Back up."
you actually might be onto something here because the end of the standoff is so bizarre that it might be a contender for best scene. Just the fact that they left it the way that it was when he shoots Ringo in the head, and then it's almost like I
It's like
almost
his
kinda
brain's,
got
like,
creeped.
misfiring or something,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah.
almost got, like, creeped out because Doc is like, come here," like, he's trying to get him to walk towards him, and it's just, like, a weird why would you write it why would you do that? What's the point of filming that? It's just odd, a very bizarre choice.
Well, and they make it what's weird about it to me, and again, this is probably, like, to your point, right? Like, they want to keep the historical accuracy or the narration that was originally written. So
Mm,
Curly has to die before Ringo does.
mhm,
But I'm like, you're setting Curly Bill up as like the main villain
yeah,
of the movie. I think the
mhm,
actor's kind of overacting and kind of goofy at times, but like he's the main villain. And then, yeah, you have this like triumphant scene where he can't get touched by bullets. And even if it is again a little, the dialogue is a little goofy and it's kind of shot a little silly, or
mhm,
at least I felt that way, right?
yeah,
It's like not the climax of the movie. The climax is with Ringo and Val Kilmer and Doc Doc Holliday, and you're like, and they had like one scene together that kind of set it up, but it wasn't like it didn't feel earned, right?
yeah,
Like his character didn't feel earned as the climax of the movie. The showdown between them just didn't feel earned. And it's
mhm,
like even in the narration, it's like, "Well, I was just messing around that day." He's like, "Well, I wasn't." And I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah, it's not even earned in their minds." Right?
yeah. No, exactly. I mean, I don't yeah. I have a whole thing about, Curly Bill and just him being set up as the villain, and it doesn't pay off at all, but there's so many choices in this movie, and it, like yeah, it just
Alright.
doesn't make sense.
So, last one, what about the shootout at the OK Corral?
Yeah, shootout was cool.
Yeah. Like, I think, like,
I
it's probably the most cinematic, all 4 of them walking up together.
mhm,
They have, like, the again, just movie's so silly, but they're all, like, staring each other down when they walk around into the alley, right? And they're like it's flashing between everyone's faces, they're doing the thing,
mhm,
and then Wyatt Earp says, "My God," or something like that, and then they start
yeah,
shooting at each other. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh, dear God," or whatever.
Yeah, because I think he sees some I don't remember who it was. I think it was, I don't remember the actor's name, but I know he was the bad guy in George of the Jungle. But I think he, like, sees him making a move or
No,
something.
You talking about Thomas Hayden Church?
Is that what his name is?
Yeah, he's Sandman from the
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah,
movies.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah. He's in
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Sideways and stuff, yeah.
yeah. I think
Or
he maybe
yeah, Sideways, right?
yeah.
That's the wine one with Paul Giamatti?
But that actually all of that historically, which I think going back to this whole point of, like, they probably wanted to be historically accurate, that was always a point of contention of who shot first. And the Clantons always said that the Earps, they shot first and they carried this out in cold blood, that it was cold-blooded murder. And I think you kinda see a little bit of that because I feel like the Earps, I think they do shoot first. I can't remember in the
They're
movie, but
definitely the aggressors, right? Like, now, I like, they're getting threats, right? And they're in
mm,
town, and they're like, "It's gonna go down." And they're like, "Fine. If it's gonna go down, we'll meet you first."
yeah,
So, like, they're meeting the threats of the cowboys with
mhm,
aggression, right?
yeah, but I think yeah, you kind of see that displayed in the OK Corral shootout scene because yeah, you have that wonderful line by
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, "My god." And it just I don't know, it just escalates from there.
Well, and
Somehow Ike
I
gets
did
away
not
again.
realize it was, like, so early in the narrative too. Like, I would have thought,
Mhm,
that was, like, the end of the film, and I was like, "Oh, shit." They're like, "Yeah, they're in the alley behind OK Corral," and I'm like, "We're already here? We're already doing that?" He just became the police officer, like, yesterday.
yeah. I think honestly, if there was a way to go back in time and redo this movie, I think if you split it across 2 movies,
Mhm.
you could have done this in such a better way. Because yeah, to your point, like, the OK Corral should have been, like, the climax scene. Everything that comes after it feels like they were just rushed to try to get it filmed and squeeze it in so that you can complete the story, but it just doesn't pay off. It feels so disjointed. But yeah.
My 2 notes on that scene is, no Earp brother takes cover. They're just standing there.
Yeah.
I was like, 2 of them get shot, but no one's taking cover. That's 1.
Mhm.
And then at the end of it, the actress Josephine comes out, and then is it Maddie? Is that his wife's name?
Yeah,
She comes out, and, like, people are making goo goo eyes at each other, and I'm like, we're in a shootout, guys.
I know. Yeah, there's people dead, and there's people injured,
Your brothers are injured, and you're
and y'all
like
are gonna sit here making googly eyes at each other. It just doesn't
like, the
work,
whole
man.
romantic subplots in this movie, I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I wasn't
no.
sold on it.
Mm-mm.
But anyways, so your pick, final verdict.
Let's go with the OK Corral Shootout
Okay.
because I think it has everything.
I
It's
think it's
got the
probably one of the more
tension.
fun scenes of the movie, yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's got
tension's good.
goofiness, tension, love. It has everything that you could want. Ike Clanton gets away, I think, for the first time. Um Or no, that's the second maybe it's the second time. I don't remember, but he gets away.
No, that's his second time, right? Because he gets taken to jail the first time after he, like yeah. I don't know.
Mhm.
Or second or third time, I don't know, he gets away, like, 4 or 5 times, so
Yeah, and they let him go every single time. It was the most frustrating thing for me.
alright, I agree. Let's do it. Alright, let's get into best characters.
Uh, Easy. Take 2 seconds. Doc, Val Kilmer, done. Next, superlative. No, I mean, he is the movie. I think this is what makes the movie. I feel like if he was not in this movie, I don't think Tombstone would have the reputation that it does,
No,
truly.
no doubt.
I
It
think what it felt like to me, and this is probably just the millennial speaking here, so please don't anybody get offended. Before Heath Ledger was Joker, Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday.
That's
That's what it
you literally were like it's like with that classic thing, like, The Dark Knight for Heath Ledger's performance alone, right? It's like
yeah,
Tombstone for Val Kilmer's performance alone kinda thing.
exactly.
It
He
literally was
he
thinking the same thing as me.
he steals every single scene. You look for him in every scene because you just wanna see Val Kilmer. He's so good. Um, which I'm not like a big Val Kilmer buff. I've seen Top Gun, I've seen, Heat,
We
I
need to
don't
put
know.
Heat on our list
It's
for sure.
good.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
never
I
seen it.
well, sorry, I didn't
It's
spoiler.
okay. I know Val Kilmer's in it. I'm not like
Yeah, um,
it's like a 30-year-old movie. It's fine.
yeah, but no, I mean, yeah, he was this is by far the best thing I think I've ever seen him
Not
in. He
Batman.
is no, no, absolutely not. But yeah, he's hands down. I mean, there are so many other good actors too. I had a very, very close second was, what's his name? Virgil,
Sam Elliott. Yeah,
Sam
he's
Elliott.
great.
He's
He's just
great.
meant to be a cowboy, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't aged a day since 1993. He looks
No,
the exact same.
he does.
But and even just his character, Virgil, I thought Virgil was written very, very well.
Mhm.
Um, but Val Kilmer is you can't touch him.
What about Kurt Russell, Wyatt Earp as Wyatt Earp?
Honestly, kinda hit and miss. more
Mhm.
miss for me. Like, I don't know, I couldn't get a beat on him. Like, he
There's
was
a lot of acting going on,
yeah,
you know? Acting, I'm an
yeah.
actor.
I'm an actor. I mean, I don't know. He was fine. I think the very first scene soured me on his character. I don't think it has anything to do with him, but when Wyatt gets off the train and he sees that dude whipping a horse and he stops him from whipping the horse and he holds his hand and then he it was so cheesy and it was so
And that's supposed
goofy.
to make us like him, Justin. He
No,
doesn't let
exactly.
animal abuse, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's
So
so
you're
cliche.
pro animal abuse is what you're saying.
I'm anti-cliche is what I
No,
am.
I think I wrote, like, "cliche," like, 6 times down in my notes as I was,
Yeah.
like, going through this movie.
Mm,
No, I agree. He does, like, some it's his writing the writing of his character is very it's okay, yeah.
yeah.
Like, and he oversells it a couple times, and well, I don't know. What about Bill
Mm.
Paxton? What about Morgan?
Honestly, I'd kind of equate him to just a piece of furniture in the room. I really I hate to say it. He's a great I like Bill Paxton. I have
I love
nothing
Bill
against him.
Paxton, so, yeah.
But he just didn't it's like he didn't have a whole lot to do. Honestly, I thought he was a
This
little
is
bit of
the same year, I think, as True Lies, and he is, like, incredible in True Lies.
yeah. He honestly he kind of I mean, out of the Earp brothers, he's by far the weakest link, but he kind of comes off as a little bitch in a lot of the scenes. Like there's yeah, I don't know. He just kinda goes with the flow. I feel like Morgan doesn't really add or take away anything. He's just there. He's background noise.
Any of the, villains you wanna put as, like, best character, or do you wanna put them as worst character?
I've got worst character filled
Okay.
out.
Alright, I mean, I don't know why we're debating this. It's, like, very clearly Val Kilmer's movie. Like, he walks away with, like, the trophies. I don't think this
Mhm.
movie won any Academy Awards, but, like, if there's one to give, it's his.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Alright,
Okay, so who's
worst
your worst
character.
character?
Besides, like, the 80-yard wives in the whole movie, they're the whole time. They're just
You know, I
hysterical and 80-yard the whole time.
you called it out earlier that you didn't recognize any of the women in this movie. I couldn't even tell you outside of Maddie, I couldn't tell you, which was Morgan and Virgil's wives, girlfriend. I couldn't tell you. No idea.
Well, all the 3 wives all look the same. I mean, they comment on the movie that we could be sisters, but I'm
Mhm.
like, "You guys can get, like, some height variation just for
Yeah,
for us, the audience," you know?
like nothing. I don't even know if they say their names. I'm sure they probably do, but
It's
yeah,
Mrs. Earp, and Mrs. Earp.
yeah, the Earps.
The Earp ladies.
Hey, that's a solid pick for worst character because they are they're pretty weak link. God. Uh,
Alright, what's your nomination? Let's go through the
um,
2 main villains, right? Curly Bill and Johnny Ringo or whatever his
Ring
name is.
Ringo Starr.
Ringo
Uh,
Johnny
Curly
Rico Star Ringo.
I had Curly Bill as
Yeah,
the worst character, and for multiple things, but I think I don't know if he was poorly cast
yeah.
or he was poorly written, but he was the most unintimidating villain I think I've seen in a very long time. He was the goofy red shirt man to me, and especially in the very beginning, you know, when they storm that, it's like a Mexican wedding, and they
No,
kill
so first of
everybody.
all, my note on that, uh, that is the most boring wedding I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's like
but I mean
and the
it
music is so cliche. They're, like, riding up,
mm.
they're like, you know, it's got the very intimidating cowboy music, and then it flips to the wedding, and they're like, "Do, do, 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 do."
Yeah, everything is just I don't know, that whole scene was supposed to strike a chord with us as the
Yeah,
viewers
it's supposed to
that,
set
like
them up as, like, these are bad dudes.
yeah, like, this he's bad, man, like, he is terrible. You should be scared of Curly Bill, and he was just goofy the entire movie. Like, every scene that he was in, every threat that he threw,
Yeah.
nothing felt
The
scary.
only time I think I felt threatened by him was when he was high and he was shooting randomly, but it was
Mhm.
because he was like a wild card, not because he was intimidating.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also you touched on it, but he wasn't it's like they set him up to be the main villain
Mhm.
because he is the leader of the Cowboys and he is Wyatt's like nemesis, so to speak. Um, but he wasn't even the climax, like final battle.
Mm.
I felt like his whole death. We'll get into it, but it just didn't feel earned, and I feel like that was the final nail in the coffin to a terrible villain.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
I agree with you. I think he's pretty weak, honestly.
mm,
Yeah, he's a pretty weak link. Like Ringo has the look. He's very intimidating looking,
mm,
but you don't spend a lot of time with him. Like one thing I think this movie, while it's incredibly cast, because I was going to
mm,
add a third character category of like best, like, hey, look at the look, it's Mickey Rourke, or or not Mickey
yeah,
Rourke, it's Michael Rooker, it's Michael Bean, it's Thomas Hayden Church. There's like so many. There's Billy Bob Thornton,
mm,
right? Like there's so many, like Billy Zane. I'm not going through all the whole list, but there's so many um of those like
big names
big
before they
name
were big
actors that are
names.
in this movie. So it's
Yeah,
it's really well cast, and a lot of famous people, early, were caught early in their career in this movie.
mhm,
But it's almost like that's almost to its detriment. It's like very bloated
yeah,
with characters.
yeah,
For a 2-hour movie, like there's like what, 10 police characters.
mhm,
I can only name a few of.
yeah.
Hey bud, you wanna come say hi to Uncle Justin? Hey, you gotta put your headphone in so you can hear him.
Oh, no.
You don't wanna hear him?
"Hey,
Here,
buddy,
here, say hi.
Hi.
how's it going?
Good.
Are you getting ready for bed? Yeah. How are things?
Glenn.
Good.
You shy on the camera?
We're gonna get you on the podcast here soon, buddy.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Pokemon
What movie do you wanna
and
talk about? What's your favorite movie?
Nothing.
Nothing? You have no favorite movies?
we
Not
just
even
watched
not even Space Jam?
we watched Hoppers tonight.
Do you see Hoppers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoppers was so good.
Was pretty cool. Alright, but what's up? What do you need?
Did I watch The Hobbit?
You watched The Hobbit? The animated Hobbit.
Oh, I was gonna say, good call, as long as it's not the live action.
I tried to show him the Lord of the Rings,
Mm,
and Carly was like, "What are you doing?"
yeah.
It opens up. I was like, "It's a fun movie."
It's a great movie for kids. It teaches it's a cornerstone of morality.
Alright, buddy. Hey, are you going to bed? You wanna go get your mom, okay? I love you.
Where's Mom at?
I don't know. Maybe go check our room, okay? Alright, but hey, can you close that door on your way out? Thank you.
Alright.
Podcasting. Okay. But yeah, no, I was saying like the movie is bloated with characters. There's 10 police officer characters. There's
Mm,
50 cowboy characters. And like in that like literally in the OK Corral, probably for historical accuracy, right? Like they have all these characters in there, and they're flipping between the faces of the Earp brothers and Val Kilmer and Doc Holliday, right? And so you know
mhm.
them, but then there's flipping to the OK Corral, or to the, excuse me, cowboy characters. I mean, other than the fact that it's like, oh, that's Thomas Hayden Church,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
new cast of characters as far as I was concerned during that scene.
yeah.
Like I have no idea who any of these were besides Ike.
Mhm. Yeah, Ike was prevalent throughout. You bring up a funny point because okay, the 2 lawmen, I actually didn't know I couldn't tell which one was which for a long time. So there is I think the main local law guy, I think he had, like, the bowler hat, and I think maybe he was dating Josie or something like that. But when the Earps first get into town, he's the one that greets them. There's him, and then there's the dude from Lost.
Yeah, he's the mayor. I was gonna say that's another one. Guy from Lost.
But, like,
Locke from
but
Lost.
they look somewhat similar. I don't even know if there was an introduction to the dude from Lost, but he looks very similar to the local sheriff, and I thought that was him at one point. I was like, "Wait, when did he get older? When did" There are so many people, there's so many characters, and
Well,
there's
and yeah, they don't take a lot of time. Yeah, they
mm,
introduce the kind of sniveling county sheriff or whatever he is, right? Opposed to
mm,
like the town sheriff.
yeah,
And then they kind of like mention the mayor in passing, and then all of a sudden he's like in more scenes, and they don't really like spend time um introducing people so you get established. And they
yeah,
don't keep it so tight that you can like follow along with it.
mhm, completely agree.
Yeah, so worst character, I think Curly Bill, that's a good contender. I think he's like worse from like he's the villain of the movie, but
Mhm.
also worse because he's like he's like the main villain who can't even make it to the end, and then the actor is kind of struggling a little bit, let's just say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He felt like he was out of his depth, or he just didn't know how to play him. I mean, he was feel bad for the guy, but he was not the pick.
All right. Let's get to our next category, which is age the best.
For me, sets and production quality.
Yeah.
I think that's what I enjoyed the most out of the first half of the movie is it actually felt like a real world. It kind of I know I read online that like they really tried to stick to historical accuracy
Mhm.
on so many things. And I think you can see it. Like those sets were very, very well done. I don't know if they built that town. I think they said it was like shot in two different locations, but from like the open town with actual buildings to the inside of the saloons, even to there's the scene where Wyatt and Josie are riding around on their horses like up in the mountains and they're actually there. I mean, you can see this beautiful backdrop behind them. Everything was very pretty to look at. I thought it was very, very well done. That's what honestly I think my favorite part about this movie was is like how real the environment felt.
Yeah, like kind of when they let the cinematographer like do his thing, which I think there was a lot of contention between the cinematographer too and the director.
Mhm.
Um, but when they let him do its thing, and you take those big sweeping west shots, and you look through the town, and the town's set design is great, and they got the vistas of the Arizona country. It's just like I just put like I wrote down Age the Best. Like the Wild West is just a great movie location. You
Yeah.
know, I think there's movies that do it better. It's
Mhm.
almost worse nowadays because they focus so much on like, well, I want to have, that particular mountain over there. So they do all these like CGI backgrounds. And I do love the 90s and
Mhm.
80s when they're doing or really even the 50s, 60s, and 70s when they're doing a Western. They just like let the real country be the star. And
Yeah.
I do think the Wild West is just a great, great, great movie location, timeless, perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
We talked about it. I think the casting is great in this movie.
Mhm.
Really well cast. I miss, I know we talked about it already, but I miss Bill Paxton. I miss Val Kilmer. I'm like, oh, they were great.
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah.
them. They aged the best because I love them so much, and they aged the worst because I miss them so much too.
You got it in both categories.
No, I know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. There's something that's very, yeah, they're very good actors. And I know we just have like a different caliber of actors and actresses in today's like modern movies, but there is something very unique about how they used to do it
Yeah.
back during that era.
No, I do miss them. And then I put, of course, age the best. The stashes.
The
Yeah,
mustaches,
they're
they're
great.
really, really, really well done. I was very blown away to learn that they were all real.
All right. Anything else for you? No, it
No.
was incredible. Well, I had no idea that Kurt Russell's mustache was real. I'm like, that is incredible. Well done, sir.
It's impressive.
Yeah. All right, you ready? Let's age the worst.
You kicking off.
So
What you
the
got?
narration opens up. So this is like modern narration. One, age the worst narration. But two,
Yeah.
in the narration, he says it was like worse crime than modern day LA or New York. And I'm
Mm.
like, 30 years later, I'm like, those are not the worst two cities in this country.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the murder montage at the end, but, yeah, I don't know. Those are wild claims by the narrator.
I was just like, there's just the narration at the beginning and end of that movie. I was like, oh my God, it's just not well
Yeah, it's
done.
really, really goofy.
Yeah, there's so much ADR in this movie too.
Mhm.
And it stands out like so hard. And you can
Mhm.
just tell they're like focus testing the movie and someone's confused and they're like, all right, it's a bar fight. Have someone yell out in the background, well, he's hit him with the bottle, like so that he hit him with the bottle. And I'm like, wow. He's like, Wyatt Earp just got here and he's holding a pistol. I'm like, yeah, we can see it. I don't need someone to yell it in ADR in the background.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you got?
We touched on it, but I think just the entire ending, I think, aged the worst because it's just such a jumbled mess. But from the murder montage, uh, and specifically like Curly's death, we won't beat a dead horse. It just moves so fast, and it feels. You put it perfectly. It doesn't feel earned.
Mm-mm.
But I think to have the kind of the main showdown between our main character, Wyatt is objectively our main character, and Curly Bill, I think, is the main villain. To have their final showdown in the way that it ends with a slow motion "No," from
Yeah, yeah.
Wyatt Earp. I don't know why they thought that was a great idea, but watching it in 2026, I had the thought, like, I bet back then they thought this was cool as shit, but now it is so corny and so goofy. It doesn't hold up in this day and age, and it's only gonna get worse as time goes on.
It is, like, there's just so much about the end that's just so unearned. Like, in the scene where Doc is in like, on his deathbed, and Wyatt's like, "I didn't have much time to think about it with Curly Bill, but I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I'm not gonna be Ringo, am I?" You know, and it's like, "Why?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You yeah,
Because he
you're
did his little
supposed
gun flipping show earlier also aged the worst?"
Yeah,
Aged the
yeah.
best, though, was Doc's response with the cup, but
Wyatt is supposed to be this legendary lawman who everybody is terrified of. They're absolutely scared of him, and he says he can't beat Ringo. Why?
I
Yeah,
have no idea. Nothing in the narrative said, "Yeah, you this guy is a bad guy," you know, he's
yeah,
I
it
don't
just
get it.
it doesn't make any sense. It felt like somebody came to their senses a little too late and was like, "We need more Doc because Doc is what's
It's
gonna make
almost
this
like that
movie."
scene was added. Yeah, just,
Yeah,
like, added. Like, they're like, "Oh, we need one more scene to kinda you know,
yeah,
get some stakes for this final showdown because we didn't set this guy up to be the villain, the main villain the entire
yeah.
movie."
So let's get more Doc in here, like, and we'll have Doc come and do the final showdown with
Yeah.
him. It just doesn't make sense. But yes, file it under age the worst, the entire back half of the ending of this movie.
I had, the dialogue, just so much
Mhm.
cliche stuff in
Yeah,
there, just
it's
it's
really
just
bad.
it's not character motivate a lot of it isn't character motivated, it's just they're just saying stuff to say stuff and do stuff and move to the next plot point.
Mhm.
Like it says, like when especially the romance stuff between, Wyatt Earp and Josephine,
Yeah.
there's, like, one point she's like, "Well, I'm trying to be good, but it's so boring," and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is just rough to watch."
It's kind of shocking to hear that the dude that wrote this also wrote The Mummy,
I know,
'cause
right?
The Mummy is pitch perfect. It's
But it kinda
perfect.
sounds like he was, like, pushed out of the movie,
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
like, everyone was, like, following through, playing cleanup,
Yeah.
and chopping the movie up, rewriting dialogue, Kurt Russell's directing.
Did you read the part with, what they said about Billy Bob Thornton, his
Yeah,
character?
that his character, like, all of his lines were, like they just said,
They're
"Be
completely
mean," or
imp
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like, be a bully, and they didn't give him any lines, he had to improv it all. And maybe that's how some of these scenes worked out. I mean, because some of the dialogue is exceptionally bad in certain places.
The I had another one I had, when the brothers are, like, gonna be shot and there's all the lightning, and there's the
Mm,
lightning in the doorways, I'm like, "These are not good lightning effects." Just looks like someone's flashing a light on outside.
yeah.
Not like, lightning lights up the whole room,
Yeah.
and all you see is, like, the doorway, like, someone's, like, took their flashlight and was like, "Woo." I was like, "Okay." And then, Doc said at the I mean, it's true, but it's just like, ugh, gross. Doc was like, well, when he's dying and he's talking about his first love, and it's like his 15-year-old first cousin. I
Ugh.
was like, I mean, I don't know how old he was. Didn't say how old he was, so maybe he was young too. But like, still,
Yeah.
first cousin Doc. Come on, man.
I didn't even catch that, but I don't know. I don't yeah, I'm not Mr. Subtitles, so
Uh,
it
uh,
probably went over my head.
and then the last one I had in Age the Worst was the second kind of U.S. Marshal crew that he has.
Mhm.
Like, no idea who any of them are.
Yeah.
No character development, no time spent with any of them.
Mm-mm.
Why they're even there, like, other than because maybe historically he had a second crew that he did it with.
Yeah.
But the whole second crew thing is just no development, just go. And that's just kind of leads into what your Age of the Worst was, right? Just last third of the movie, murder
Yeah.
montage.
It's all just like filler, and
Yeah.
yeah, they just plop these dudes in there that no backstory, we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew who his name, Rooker, because he, like,
Yeah. Michael Rooker.
he leaves the Cowboys to come help
I think all three of
Wyatt,
them
but
are in that scene there.
yeah.
But, like, okay. It's like,
Yeah,
if you need
exactly.
us, we'll be there.
Yeah,
He's
this
like,
doesn't make
all right, crew, let's do it.
Doesn't make any sense
Like, "Oh, shit, we
whatsoever.
forgot about these guys. Alright, put them in there, go quick."
Yeah.
Any other, age the worst for you?
No, I'm just gonna lump it all into the whole back half of the movie.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, let's get some WTF and going.
I actually had a few, only from the beginning, because I think I probably just tuned out at certain parts, and I don't
Sure.
do subtitles. Um, Wyatt at the very beginning, when they get off the train in town, Wyatt's wife, Maddie, gets a bottle of laudanum. I'd never heard of laudanum. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Mhm.
It's opium, but she
Yep,
kept
yep.
saying laudanum. So that was new.
There you go. I'm a big laudanum fan, so
Yeah, you got a
I knew
case
about it immediately. I've been d man, you know?
got a case in your,
Yeah,
garage
yeah.
fridge.
Have to schedule these podcasts in advance so I can sober up a little bit, you know? So I had they kept referring to his tuberculosis as a lunger.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I did not know at first, like, "You skinny lunger," and I'm like, "Lunger? What the hell is that?"
yeah.
Also, AIDS the worst. Tuberculosis. We've cured it. It's
Ooh,
not a problem
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Doc had to go down like a little bitch.
The old TB death, you know? It's
That's
a rough one.
that's a good one. That's a good call out because I was wondering there for a while, like, what? I thought they were calling him Longer. I'm like, why did Ringo keep saying Longer?
Yeah, it's lung, like
Yeah.
lunger, I think, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
They kept calling, like, the neighborhood like a bulge
Mm.
to like, they said, "Hot damn, this bulge is jumping," or "The bulge on the dub, like you," like, they like, it kept calling things bulges. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's weird. I had down the exchange between Wyatt and Billy Bob Thornton. I don't even know if his character has a name, but Billy Bob tells Wyatt, "For a man that runs heels, you're kind of reckless." I've never heard that. A man that runs heels. And then
Does that mean he's, like, yella? Or,
I don't
like
know. I don't know what that means. A
it's like
man
he
that
turned
runs
heel or,
heels.
like, he's kind of yeah.
But also kind of impressive if Billy Bob didn't have that as like a scripted line and he just
Mhm.
improv that. Um, but and then Wyatt tells Billy Bob to skin his pistol. Skin it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was I'd never heard that either.
No, there was a lot of, like, old westerny ones, I'm like some slang.
Mhm.
Like a rap on the breezer, I don't know, there's all kinds of ones I was like, "I don't." They're just doing old western things. But you know what? The diet like, when they put the western slang in there, it
Mhm.
does feel more authentic. Because I feel like today's audience or today's producers would be, like, afraid to do that
Yeah.
too much, where I felt like they kinda owned it a little bit. There's a lot of
Mhm.
other weak points about the dialogue, but they definitely owned the terminology of the time, I felt like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Alright, let's get to sequels, we'll bust through this. I I it's a
Yeah, I
true
don't know.
story, you know, like,
Yeah.
I guess she could go on Wide Earp's adventures. I don't really
Mhm.
care. W
No.
the I think, unless do you have one?
No, there's nothing I was gonna say, like, some of the other movies that we've done in the past, I would say let's have a prequel and find out why Wyatt became so legendary and why everybody is terrified of Wyatt Earp. 'Cause
See
his story's over, there's nothing to tell after
yeah, see,
the
mm, we'll get to it when we rate whether this will be a classic, but I do not think this story, this person is, like, untouchable for, like, another version. Like, I almost
Mhm,
don't really wanna see a sequel. What I would like to see, what I would think, in the same vein of kinda like a Chernobyl or, like, From the Earth to the Moon or, Band of Brothers, like an HBO, like, 6-part, 8-part miniseries that really, really explores this narrative and this
mhm,
time period, really well crafted, kind of HBO miniseries, right? Like
yeah,
those ones I just mentioned. Like, I think that's what I want to see.
yeah,
Like, let's go back, retell the story, bring in new actors, bring in the whole new crew. Like,
mhm,
let's redo this again. We've seen it twice already, and I think both times is okay.
yeah,
So let's try. I think we can do it again. And I think spending more time with it, not making it a movie, to your point, right? Like, OK Corral should be a climax of some story, even if it's halfway through the story, mid season or whatever, right? Like, it
mhm,
wants to be a climax of a story. So
yeah,
I think miniseries is my pitch for a sequel. Do a new
yeah,
one, remake
yeah,
miniseries.
absolutely. This is off topic, but if you have ever watched Godless on Netflix, it is a Western miniseries. I mean, I don't know. It's a Western, so you have
What's it
similar
called?
Godless.
Okay.
It has Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels plays the villain, and he is phenomenal. He's really good. I can't remember who plays Roy Good, the main like hero. But anyway, if you've never seen Godless, go watch it. It's phenomenal. I know there's tons of like modern Western shows out there, but that one
Yeah, like
comes to
Westworld,
mind.
you know?
Yeah, that one comes to mind. Nice, Westworld. Uh, because it feels very authentic. It feels like a really good Western, good versus bad guy type ordeal. And I feel like something like this, yeah, absolutely. I think there is clearly enough story to tell between the Earp brothers and the Clantons and the shootout and all the things that you could just stretch it out to fit everything in there across 6, 8, 10 episodes, whatever.
Yeah, like, I didn't really get anything of the Cowboys and their story and why they're the way they are and who they
Mm,
are and all that stuff, right? I just got, like, silly villainous guy,
yeah, yeah.
so I think
Just
there's just so much more that can be
mhm.
explored with the story. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, let's do it. Hot takes, nitpicks,
God.
let's go. This
Yeah.
movie is very a lot of holes in it, so let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got several, that we've already touched on, right? So, like, Ike Clanton, they let him live, like, 3 times, right? Morgan gets shot playing pool when that is not the time to be playing pool. Some of the all right, I've got 2 that we kinda touched on, but we haven't really dived deep into. You hit on this, I can't remember what point you were making, but I think you were talking about how, they tried to keep everything in, but as a result, they either shortened things or it's like they didn't film scenes, they just had certain things explained over,
Yeah.
exposition. But okay, so after Curly Bill gets arrested and he's standing trial for murdering the town sheriff, we learn through Wyatt telling his brothers over a game of pool that Curly Bill was acquitted due to there being no witnesses. That's it. That's the only way that we learn that Curly Bill got let out. I didn't even hear Wyatt say this after the OK Corral shootout, Curly Bill just pops up out of nowhere. He's been gone from that moment up until the OK Corral shootout. He pops up. I was like, where the hell did he come from? I had no idea that he got let out because he was acquitted of charges. So I had to go online and look it up. Like, how did he escape or whatever? But that's my point though, is like that whole plot point. The main villain who was behind bars was let out, and we learned that through just throwaway dialogue that if you just happen to check out for 2 seconds, you miss it. It
Plus
felt like it should have been a scene that we should have seen it and
yeah.
saw that he got acquitted of his charges, but there you
Well,
go.
and, like, there wasn't a witness. The only witness that they're gonna try to I'm like, there was the whole he was out there for 8 minutes shooting things. People, no
Mhm.
one's looking outside through a window or anything. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they're just scared of him, but I'm like, "No witnesses? Okay, whatever."
Yeah, it just I don't know. The whole thing, it felt half-assed. It felt
Yeah. But again, like,
yeah.
in a miniseries, I feel like you could actually have that trial, right, or whatever, right? Show the reason why, if it really did go down that way in history, why it
Yeah.
did go down that way, kinda thing.
Or, like, you could if you wanted to feed into, the Cowboys are, like, bad guys, like, you can show them intimidating witnesses or, like, threatening people, "Don't you come
Exactly.
to" like, you could have done something with it, to help better tell that story, but, yeah, just learning about it from throwaway dialogue while they're playing
100% agree.
pool,
Yep.
I'm like, "Eh."
Okay. Tuberculosis is, like, extremely contagious, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just feel like he's kissing women, he's a little cavalier with his tuberculosis, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he gets blood on certain things and other people. They just go about their day.
Like, I'm like, his girlfriend slash, lady of the night friend or whatever her situation is,
Yeah.
like, she's got some TB going on, right? She's, like, dying, like, 6 months after he does eventually.
Yeah. Most definitely. The TB was toned down for this movie, for sure.
For sure. All right, what's your next one?
So you touched on the love triangle, but let's dig deeper into it because it was God, I hated it. All right, so
That's so unnecessary.
it really is. I truly hated it because all right, we have Wyatt, Maddie, his wife, and Josie. But like how we as an audience are supposed to feel about it, more importantly, protecting Wyatt as our hero is driven by the fact that Maddie is painted to be a very difficult person from the get-go. She's addicted to opium, she's distant, she's kind of a turd. Like Wyatt is seen to be putting in the effort. He cares about her and she just like, get away from me, Wyatt, whatever. It feels like such a cop-out. Like there's no real stakes and at risk in regards to is Wyatt going to leave his wife to go be with Josie, this other person who, he fell in love with at first sight? I just wish that I don't know, going back to trying to stay historically accurate, Wyatt was married to this lady Maddie. It was a common law marriage, whatever. But I wish in this movie he could have just been single or something because this love triangle, it just didn't. It was so weak.
Well,
Maddie
and like you
sucked
can't
so bad.
yeah, and when he can't be even though he's like maybe an emotional, like a cheater, right? But he
hmm
can't be a cheater because he's our main character.
He's the hero.
He's the hero,
Yeah.
and the movie does not wanna put any fault on him. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, we gotta string that love interest along, make it interesting, but we're not gonna have him act on it until it's okay to act on." So he's
Yeah.
just gonna be like and we're gonna make his wife as terrible as possible so we can be like, "Oh, well, it's justifiable. It's justifiable. It's okay."
Yeah. The entire
They're so
movie
afraid of it, right?
the entire movie, you don't feel bad that Wyatt is, having a loose affair with this other woman because his
An
wife sucks.
emotional affair, I would say. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But the worst part, like you were talking about with the narration, is they double down on it. At the end, the outro, they say that Maddie died of a drug overdose shortly after she left Tombstone. So, of course, Wyatt had no choice. He had
Yeah,
to go
no.
with Josie.
Well, that was the thing for me, like, when he gets at the end with Josie, so he goes, like, on his, like, murder spree, and then he's like, "Alright, nothing gets me more randy for the rest of my life than a murder spree," so he goes to get directly to Josephine, and I'm like, "Wait, what happened to Matt?"
Yeah,
Just she goes off with his brother, and he's like, "Alright, well, that was that,"
yeah.
and I'm like,
When I heard the outro narration about how Josie died Maddie died of a drug overdose, I think I audibly said, "Of course. Of course
well,
she
and it
did."
was like but it was like an afterthought. They're like, "Oh, well, oh,
Yeah.
wait." They, like, cut the whole movie together, it's edited, and they're like, "Shit, we didn't say that, like, Maddie's dead."
Yeah.
Like, cause he just goes with her. He's like, "Well, I'm not gonna go back to her, I've been
Yeah.
gone murdering for too long, I'm gonna go, to the actress lady because
It
my
felt
buddy on his
like
deathbed told me to." And then
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, shit, we forgot to actually say something about it." And she's dead, so it's fine. It's fine, 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 guys. No one feel weird. She's dead.
Yeah. It felt like this was one aspect, like, if you're trying to be historically accurate, just leave the love triangle out of it and
Yeah.
don't pursue it because I don't know, the way that they set it up, it
Well, and
just
it's just
ugh.
unnecessary to the narrative. It's like the classic Hollywood thing of, like, put a love story in there. It's gotta have one. And you're
Yeah.
like does it? Because I think it's more about, like, lawlessness and protecting the town than it is about, like, googly eyes at the the mass shootout scene at the OK Corral. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, yeah. But those are my 2. But definitely the love triangle was just, ugh, I hated it. Not for me.
Okay, so Josephine and Billy Zane show up with this acting troupe to put on performances.
Mhm.
Again, the movie does not do a great job at conveying time.
Mm.
So I have no idea how long they've been at Tombstone, but like they're setting up businesses, they're being successful, they're getting to know everyone. Like I feel like there's time that passes.
Yeah.
This acting troupe is just hanging around.
Yeah.
They're just like there now.
Hanging
They're just
around
like
in
we're the
one
local
spot.
acting troupe that's just always here now. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe that was a thing. I just feel like they would have been, they were
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a great point. 'Cause you brought it up earlier, but there clearly is a lot of time that passes, but we get no mention of anything time related.
I mean, they're in Arizona, so you can't even use really the weather to
Mhm.
justify it, right? Even though Arizona can get cold, and especially if you're, like, up in the highlands of
Yeah.
Arizona, but,
Yeah.
like, the movie doesn't do anything to sell that.
Mm-mm. No, not at all.
One of my biggest gripes about this movie, like, Wyatt Earp walks into the town. He stands in one spot outside of some random saloon. The mayor comes up to him. The sheriff comes up to him. The bad guys come up to him. The girl gets out of the acting troupe caravan right next to him. It's like everything that happens in this town like happens where he is standing. He's not going to places. It's
Mhm.
like he's sitting at his house. The parade of the cowboys who were just murdered at the OK Corral or shot at the OK Corral, they're doing their funeral procession. It's right next to his house. It's like wherever he is where the stuff is happening.
Yeah.
And it's like the rest of the town doesn't exist unless it's around him.
Mhm.
And it really bugged me throughout the whole movie. It's like almost like it's like a video game. Like you walk in the room and all of a sudden the characters start talking at the important part of their narrative. And
Yeah.
we're like, you're standing there, like everyone's walking, like everything happens in your path. And it
Mhm.
just really bugged me. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, this guy can't get away from being the main character of the
Yeah.
movie, right? Like the world just feels like it revolves around him.
Yeah. Maybe that was a byproduct of Kurt Russell supposedly directing this movie on the
Yeah,
on the
I don't
low.
know. Or just like, I don't know. It's like he just walks into town.
Yeah.
You want a job, Oh, we need a sheriff. You're Wyatt Earp. We all know you because we have drawings of you or something. Like,
Yeah.
I
You're
don't know.
exactly right. Like that first day that they come into town, he pretty much everybody just gets down on hands and knees for him,
They're just
and
like
they just
everyone's
come
just
right
coming
up
up to
to
him,
him.
up to him, up to him, up to him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, he becomes the sheriff. Everyone's coming up to him, up to him, up to him, right? It's like something bad happens. He's there, like it's just
Mhm.
if something that's important for the narrative happens, he's there, right? It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. I touched on this earlier. I just felt like they kept adding more cowboys to the size of the group. So
Yeah.
like by the time it gets to the end of the movie, it's like 150 of them running around or whatever, and then they're shooting them, and then you feel like you killed 30, but they're still there, like in big quantities. And then all of a sudden, it's like Ringo dies, and they're all gone. I don't know.
And they disband. Yeah.
I don't know. And then yeah, my last one was like, what happened to his wife? I mean, we figured out
Mm.
like 3 minutes later, but it's like they forgot to mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so because you clearly see her riding away with like the caravan that Virgil is in. And so yeah, that was my thought is like, did they just call it quits and she rides off and they go their separate ways? But yeah, they really doubled down on it at the end there. She like with her death. I was kind of ooh.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was just like, the movie does not tell you what happens until after the fact. You're like, feel like you missed, like,
That definitely was yeah,
you
like
could give him a letter, like, while he's, like, resting between murdering the cowboys.
yeah, they should have, or I think that definitely was a case of when that narrator came in to record his lines, somebody slipped him a Post-it note saying like, "We forgot to say this."
Uh, Maybe in real life, Wyatt Earp didn't know if his wife died or not, and he was like, "Whatever." You know?
I mean, maybe he didn't. He probably kept in contact with his brother, but clearly he was off doing his own thing. He was hunting down bad guys. He didn't
Yeah.
care. He was cool.
Alright, man. Let's close it out. Should this be a classic? I think we've sold it, right? We're both convinced, right?
Yeah. Uh, hard no. Absolutely
I
not. It is
think
not a classic.
this movie wasn't bad. Like, we've been dogging on it. It was fine. It was very watchable,
Mm.
but I think it's the worst movie we've watched so far.
It's pretty bad. I will say this though, if you have not seen it, I think it is absolutely worth watching for Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Kilmer.
Yep.
And if you don't want to watch the whole movie, just watch like a YouTube highlights or something just to get his scenes because he is by far the best aspect of this movie, and he is so enjoyable. Like any time that he was in a scene, I actually got excited because I couldn't wait to hear what Doc had to say. Um, but as a whole, no. It's not
Honestly, in my opinion, the Kevin
I
Costner.
need to watch that one now
Yeah, it's good.
because I
I
need
think it's
to
good. I mean, I haven't
yeah.
watched it in a long, long time. Like, this is my probably 3rd time maybe seeing 3rd or 4th time seeing this movie, but I've only
Mhm.
ever, like, really watched it, like, back in the days before streaming when it was, like, on TBS, and it was, you pick it up and it's already, like, 1/3 of the way through the movie, and my dad is like, "Oh, this is a good movie," and you're like, "Okay, dad." We
Yeah.
got nothing else to watch, and I'm in the background making, a snack and then leaving,
Yeah.
coming back in, kinda thing. You're like, "I'd rather go play video games or something," you know?
Yeah.
That's, like, my experience watching this movie. So, it was, like, the
Mhm.
first time I, like, sat down very intentionally and, like, sat through the whole thing. It was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
that's honestly
there's
my experience with the Kevin Costner movie too, so I'm like, I say it's good, but I remember it being good, but I don't maybe it's
yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. There are things that are entertaining and enjoyable about this movie, but I think by far and large, the best part is Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday.
Yeah, yeah. What's your favorite Western?
God, that's tough. I really like 310 to Yuma.
I was saying we watched that one together, I think.
Yeah, 310 to
Yeah, that
Yuma's
was a good one.
badass. You know what I really liked? I feel like you and I watched this, like, after we got out of college, but, it had Michael Fassbender in it, Slow
Slow
West.
West?
Like, it
Yeah.
it was a different type of Western, it was
S
almost, like, more art house,
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
felt,
depressing as
but
shit.
yes, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was
That's good.
for what it was, but I don't know, man, 310 to Yuma is so good.
Yeah,
I
310 to Yuma, True Grit with the remake. I have never seen
mhm,
but the remake with Jeff Bridges and,
mhm,
Haley Steinfeld is really good too.
yeah.
I was like, I'm
Like,
trying to think like
there's
an old Western that I actually like really like. I know we have The Good, Bad, and the Ugly on our list, so we'll
yeah.
get there to an old Western. I think do we have like McClintock? Is like we have, I'm pretty sure a what's his face? Why am I drawing a blank? We already talked about him. John Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a John Wayne on our list. So
I will say, outside of movies, I think my favorite Western anything over, like, the last 10-ish plus years, Godless on Netflix.
okay, good. I'll have to
Absolutely
watch it.
loved it. It's really good.
Back to the Future
Um,
3, not it?
no. No. Unfortunately not.
That's probably my most experience with the West in movies.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I feel like I don't know. They're such an interesting genre, and I feel like we have gotten a lot of really good westerns, but yeah, I'll be curious to see. I'm always curious to see like what comes down the pipeline cuz westerns are a timeless genre that I feel like there's always going to be stuff, but we absolutely miss the heyday, the
No,
golden
no,
age of
for sure.
westerns.
The 60s and 50s were like, yeah, the Western was the thing.
Yeah.
And it is funny now because they had so many of them, and you just like, they're not cracking most people's top 10 lists. They're not, or even top 50 lists. Like,
Mm-mm.
I think it'll be similar to like superhero movies in like 30 years, where it's like, there's a lot of them. I don't know. Some
Yeah.
of them are fine.
Yeah. Like, I know our kids are gonna come up to us like, "How did you guys watch all of these superhero movies are the exact same?" And we're gonna be like, "Yeah, they kinda were." Just like our dads with their westerns. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like you said earlier, westerns are not for everybody. Like, I
Mhm.
know you don't particularly enjoy
I'm
them,
not
but
attracted to them, but when I
yeah.
watch a good one, it's good, right? Yeah.
No, that's fair. I feel like I don't enjoy desert, and that comprises a lot of Western imagery.
Mhm.
Like yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting thing, but there's just something fun about shootouts and lawlessness, and it's very interesting subject material.
Yeah, I really like, and this is like classic boomer. This is my boomer dad influence right on me.
Mm.
But is I like Dances with Wolves. I think that one's a
Oh
really
yeah,
fun one.
yeah, yeah.
I know it's got like problems, but I do like that movie a lot.
Yeah, no, Kevin Costner. I feel like Kevin's great.
Did you watch that his most recent one? We're like talk.
Oh
Those are
yeah,
already classic. Yeah, this movie's fine. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
yeah. Yes, I did. That was supposed to be was it supposed to be a
Horizons
trilogy?
or something, American Horizon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about meandering. Holy moly. Did you watch it?
No.
Man.
I was gonna wait to see if it was good. Like, oh, I'll give a Kevin Costner Western epic a chance. He's good at them, but
That whole movie feels like nobody had the courage to say, "Hey, Kevin, this is a little much." That's what it feels like. It feels like Kevin tried to put everything that he wanted in it, and nobody told him to stop, which I think clearly is why we never got the sequel or sequel. I think it was supposed to be 3 movies, right?
yeah,
Or
I
was it
think he
just 2?
filmed the too. It's like it's on. He's got it on a reel
Mm,
somewhere. But
it's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I had high hopes for it 'cause I remember seeing the trailers and stuff for it, but yeah, it was not
not it.
good. Yeah, snooze
All right,
fest.
man. Well, so for us, Tombstone, not a classic. It's a fine movie if you want to go check it out.
Mm,
Doc Holliday,
mhm.
Val Kilmer performance. It's good. So for that reason alone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you want to check us out, we have a YouTube channel. It's at Popcorn and Pals Pod. The show goes up there. There's some shorts that go up there. You know, all the subscribing, liking, all that stuff helps us grow. Not that it really matters for us. We're not getting paid to do this anyway, so whatever. But you know, it makes us feel good. It's like it's moral support for us. It means that people are at least like, you know, like, yeah, you're all right. So appreciate it. If you want to email us, we do have an email. It's popcornandpals@gmail.com. You can tell us, you know, how annoying we are. I have a cold this week a little bit, so I'm kind of like sniffly. So you can say like, how annoying that was. You know, please let me know. Or, you know, make movie recommendations. Yeah, I think we're always looking for something interesting to watch. So feel free to make a movie recommendation. Guys, thank you for listening and keep popping that popcorn.